everyone, welcome back to the channel. So I've spent the last 6 months looking for a flat in Kolkata and I'm going to share that experience with you. So if you're looking for a flat, a 3 BHK flat in Kolkata, especially in areas like Town and Rajarhat, this video I can say is a must watch for you, because both me and my wife have been exploring the property options in this area and we will share our experience. We will walk you through the real market rates, the RERA insights and the hidden charges so that you can make a smart decisions and you don't fall into the common traps. The first point is a property cost comparison. Here we are going to compare two kinds of properties in two different areas. Suppose you want a flat in Town and you want to move in as soon as possible. So a flat in Town will cost you, just the unit price I'm saying, around 1 crore. And after that you need to add parking, and they will add IDC, EDC charges, association formation charges, sinking fund, transformers and electricity. Adding up everything will cost you around 1.10 to 1.15 crore. So for a few people it can be a little bit of expensive, I may say, who are salaried people mostly. But if you're willing to wait and willing to stay in other places like Rajarhat, so it's a developing area I can say, because I've visited few of properties in Rajarhat, and you're willing to consider an under construction property, so that unit price, just the unit price will cost you 65 lakhs, around 3 BHK, 1200 square feet, super builder. And they will add a GST of 5% and the same everything, IDC, EDC, transformer charges, sinking fund, and everything will cost you around, with parking, around 70 to 72 lakhs. But the possession year might be 2028 and 2029. But you need to go to RERA, which we will discuss later on that website, RERA website, and check when is the tentative completion date of that project. Okay. And one more thing you have to consider: suppose you are going for an under construction flat and your fascination is staying a little bit on the higher floor, so the same flat which I just told you, 70 lakh or 75 lakh including of everything, they will rise floor escalation charges. They might add from the second floor onwards. So the same flat, the unit price, if I say 65 lakhs was the unit price, after everything, and if you're going to stay on the 14th floor, that might go up to a little bit on the higher side, probably 62 or 63. They will add maybe 1 lakh extra if you're going for the top floor, considering the 14th floor is the top floor. So make sure you justify everything yourself and check all the papers before going in. So the next points which we are going to discuss is the parking option, the very important point. So if you are going to buy a flat or the flat is ready to move in, of course you will be needing a parking. You don't have a car now, but in the future you might buy one, so you need a parking. So the most preferred option, you need to tell the builder or the salesperson that you need a independent covered parking, not a dependent, not an open parking. If it's the basement parking and it's a independent, very good. If it's an open MLCP parking, multi-level car parking, very good, because as per RERA, the builder cannot sell you an open parking space. And if it's a basement parking, make sure that lift, the building which you're staying or the tower which you're staying, goes till the basement, because if it doesn't, you need to go out from the ground floor, again take a service lift or service staircase, then access to your car. So you need to ask the builder or the salesperson if it's a basement parking, if the lift is accessible or not. That is a very crucial, because they are charging you 4 to 5 lakhs for simple car parking. Think about this. Suppose you do not get a independent car parking and it's a dependent car parking, your car at the front or your car at the back and someone else's car at the front or back, and you need to go out to a destination, you need to go out in the morning to your gym, and your car is parked at the back and in front of you there is one more car. This is phenomena is called a dependent parking. So you need to get the keys either from the security guard or from somewhere else to take that car out, then take your car out, and then again take that car back where it was. So it's kinds of a fuss. So you don't want that. You are paying 4 to 5 lakhs for a parking, so you need an independent parking space for yourself. So make sure you get yourself an independent parking. Okay, the next point is possession dates and RERA verification. So go by this thumb rule, always go by the RERA possession dates which is given on the portal. Don't go to the sales pitch where the sales guy is trying to sell you. They might tell you that this flat will be ready, your flat will be ready by 2029, where in RERA you go and see there's 2034. So you always have that in your mind that within 4 years I'll be having my flat and it will be ready. I'll be ready to move in. I just need to wait 3 or 4 years. But when it is 2029, you see your 4th floor or 5th floor, the casting has not yet started, or it is not yet completed. The flooring is not completed. So you go to the builder, whoever it is, and tell him, where is my flat? Isn't it ready? And you will tell them, I need the flat as soon as possible. But in return, they will tell you, see, as per RERA, it's a legal documentation, it's 2034. So you need to wait. I cannot do anything. And the sales guy, whom we won't be able to find at that point of time, after 4 years, maybe he has switched that company and go to some other company. So you need to go to rera.wb.gov.in. There you will see what is the construction status. Has it started even? If it's under construction. What is the status of the parking? What type of parking they are giving? MLCP, independent, open parking, if it is a basement parking, whatever it is, how many parking spots are left, how many units have been sold, everything. What are the promoters list they have used, and they are trying to sell you that flat. So you need to go to this RERA website and check each and everything. I even came across a flat where the project completion date was 2021, and that flat, due to COVID or some other reason, has not completed yet. However, in RERA they have a project extension certificate, and the extended date is 2025, which will be this year. So the handover will start in, I went and saw that flat, it's pretty much almost done, and they might give you the handover in 2025, but they have that project extension certificate in RERA. So these kind of things you need to make sure you go through very carefully, maybe discuss with your family. Okay, so don't be in a hurry, don't go over that sales pitch which they are trying to tell you that yes, we will try to give you within this year or that year, but no, go to RERA, go to exactly the project completion date. So that is the exact number or year which you should go by. So the next point is location versus budget, another important point. So if you want to stay near your office, which is either sector 5 or New Town in Kolkata, so these places is very expensive, I must say, because if you are looking for a flat to buy in these areas, the minimum price is 95 to 1 crore. Then they have all other charges, parking, IDC, sinking fund, GST and everything, which may make it up to 1.2 crores. But if your budget is on the 65 to 75 lakh, then you might have to look for flats in Rajarhat Chowmata area. There you will get probably in 65 to 75 lakh 3 BHK 1200 square feet super build up. But again, the flat possession will start from 27 or 2028. So you need to wait, because if your budget is on the higher side, you might get a flat in New Town with parking and everything else, and it is close to your office also. But if you're looking for a flat in 65 to 75 lakhs budget, then you might need to wait a little bit, like 2 to 3 years minimum, because the construction is still just ongoing and no one is sure that when the possession will start. On RERA it says that 2029 to 2030, but you need to wait, because even in those places also the builders have started to increase the prices of the flat. Some are even going up to 80 lakhs for high-rise flats. So you need to plan accordingly. So the next point is standalone projects. Should you be getting one? If yes, look for these points. First, if the location is really very good based on the price which is being offered. If it's a RERA registered project, confirm with the neighbors what is the rate of construction, when did it start, how is the developer, if it's a reputed developer or not. Because when you're trying to buy a flat through third-party marketing teams, they won't tell you about these things, because they will mostly try to sell you society flat which is from known developer. The reason is that because in standalone projects there are construction quality, like poor quality construction and land legal issues. Due to this, there are multiple issues in the future, and some other legal stuffs will go on, because and they don't like to sell you this kind of flat, and they just avoid it. So if you're going for a standalone flat, make sure you go through these points. So the next point is the developer's credibility. The developer is the person from whom you will be buying the flat, or that organization. So check these points thoroughly before buying a flat from that developer. Check the past delivered flats. What is the feedback of that flat, if they deliver on time or not. Check the updates and the reviews on Google, Magic Bricks and 99 Acres of that developer. It's a must. Okay, check the land legal papers definitely while reviewing your flat. Okay, check if that property is in a freehold property or leasehold property, because in freehold you will have the complete and permanent rights to sell your flat or transfer the ownership to someone else. In a leasehold property, you won't have the complete and permanent rights to sell or modify or transfer the ownership of that flat. If it's a panchayat area, if it is in a municipality area, that flat, because in panchayat area the price will per square feet will be less. If it's a municipality area, probably in New Town, it will fall under Bidhannagar municipality, and the rate will be a little bit of high. The developer, the rate has put it into per square feet, is that justified or not? So check all these points to have complete overview of the developer's credibility from whom you're buying the flat. The next point is future growth and connectivity of your flat. So there are a few points which you need to evaluate very carefully for this. So the first point is the condition of the road which is still being constructed. Is it a normal road? What is the length and breadth of the road which is leading and connecting to your flat? Because better connectivity will lead to better appreciation of your flat in the near future. How many hospitals you have nearby, how many schools you have nearby, what is the nearest metro station to your flat, because every time you cannot rely on third-party taxi service like Ola, Uber, Rapido or InDriver, or if you have a car, you may not want to drive it every time. That is the reason. So these kind of things which you need to make sure very carefully. So the next point is extra charges and final budgeting. So you have finally drilled down to the flat which you need to buy, and you have come to a common price point which you both have agreed, you and the developer or the builder. For example, I'm taking here is 75 lakhs. Okay, only the unit price and the parking price is costing you 75 lakhs. If it is an under construction property, there will be a GST of 5% extra, which may or may not be added to your loan if you're buying through a home loan. Okay, if it is a ready to move in flat, and if you're buying from third party marketing team or through a broker, there will be a 2% of brokerage which you need to pay in cash to the broker. And apart from all these things, when the flat is be handed over to you, there will be a registration charges of 6.1%. Suppose your flat is 75 lakhs, you need to pay a registration charges of 4 to 4.5 lakh in cash probably. And if you can take a personal loan also, but I wouldn't recommend that. Okay, so these are the extra charges. Wait, there are more. There will be society formation or association formation charges. There will be a 25,000 legal charges, and there will be some other hidden charges which you need to figure out and ask the builder to tell you genuinely what are the other charges. And apart from all these things, there will be a maintenance also. When during possession, they will ask for 6 months or 1 year of advance maintenance, which will be in New Town area 4 rupees to 3.5 to 4 rupees, and if it's in Rajarhat area, Chomata area, it will be 2.5 to 3.5 rupees. So you need to give to the builder during possession this advance of maintenance. And once you have given the 1 year maintenance, after 1 year you need to put aside almost 3,000 to 4,000 extra for every month for maintenance. So approximately 5 to 6 lakh extra, or even more than that, around 7 lakhs, which you need to put aside separately in cash or probably in loan if you can afford for these kind of things. So make a note of these things very carefully. So here's my final advice. If you're going to buy a flat, buy a RERA verified property only. Match your budget with the location and the timeline. Ask for legal documentation, ask for hidden charges, read the reviews, talk to the residents if possible. If your budget is on the lower side, either you need to change your location or you need to wait. That's all. If you like this video, let me know in the comment section, and happy house hunting.